Welcome to All In with Ak and O.
This is Doc.
You got your boy O right here, man. So yeah, man, kind of a sad day, man. We got my man Kevin Samuels, man. He died, man. A pretty big shocker. Um, I do have to admit, I haven't watched all his stuff, but I've watched quite a few things of him. How about you, Ak?
I mean, I definitely have. Like, I was just, it was kind of a shock to me, man, because literally just a week ago, I started binge watching this stuff, and to come around a week later and he's gone, it's kind of like surreal. I
Mm,
mean, a lot of people watch him. I mean, he was up to like 1.4 million.
true, true. Like, what you got out of the little binge watching though?
You know, to be honest with you, it was more of a comedy approach. I mean, he had his synopsis and he had his reasoning with these ladies and stuff like that. But it was just more entertaining for me the way he was just dealing with these women. I don't know where he found them from, man. To
Raw
be
dog.
honest with you, man, it was just all entertaining.
Yeah, I think they just call in. They just call right in. People that chicks that subscribe to him, and he just put them live. Um, yeah, it's funny because I kind of had like that same take. Like, I found it very entertaining. Um, how raw he is. He just raw doggy with it. And everybody likes that. It's like
Yeah, man, he comes straight out, man. He's shoot from the hip.
yeah,
And what makes it even crazier is that some ill way, I kind of agree with some of the stuff he be saying. Like you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure the people look at it the same way for the most part, and that's why he was so liked.
right. Yeah, me too. Me too. I definitely agree with a lot of stuff you say. What be cracking me up is that a lot of these chicks. You know what's funny to me about it is that these chicks already know how he is, what he's about, and then they be acting shocked when he go and try them. You know what I'm saying? When he
I know,
pull that card.
and what's crazy is like for example, it'd be like one is like, oh man, I got three different baby daddies, but you gotta pay to play, or you gotta marry this or put a ring on it or something. I'm just like, his comebacks are just so crazy. Like, whatever happened to the other three people, and it's real. Like, he's just talking about they saving themselves, and he basically is like, they use good. I don't know where he got his ideology from, but I gotta admit, man, it was entertaining to say the least.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, and he wasn't that old, man. He was what? He was what,
57.
53, right? 53, right?
Yeah, he was 57 actually.
Oh, 57. I thought he was 53. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, he wasn't a spring chicken or nothing like that, but
right.
I mean, he had some life in him. You know what I'm saying? It says he died at 57. What makes it crazy is that they're already coming out with stories, man. One minute he was just unresponsive in the house. Another story was when, he had a lady friend come over and, they was sharing drinks or whatever. Then he complained of chest pains or something like that.
Mm.
And next thing you know, he went into cardiac arrest. But, I don't know how true what is because it didn't come from the family and it didn't come from any medical professional, so to speak.
I was reading something about I believe it was like his mom's or something was saying that she found out through Twitter or something like that. She found
Yeah, I think it was social media. I think it might have even been Facebook or Twitter. So one of these platforms. But she said she felt kind of slighted because she actually found out through the platform and, not something more personal.
do you
I
think
can
that
understand.
it's probably because you mentioned the one of the stories is about the lady friend. You think he could have been poisoned or something?
You know what? To be honest with you, man, anything's possible nowadays, man. We've heard some real creepy stories in our lives. And I mean, it's not too far fetched. I mean, nobody was there to witness it. I mean, toxicology reports didn't come out and confirm anything yet. But, at the same time, you just don't know people's motives. I mean, he definitely came across as a woman basher.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know. A woman might have just said, I'm tired of him.
Right, right. He probably tried a crazy one, and that's always a possibility. You know,
Yeah, so you can't totally rule it out, but I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket.
right, right. Yeah, we can't. You know, but you know what's funny? You know what's coming soon, right? You know it's coming soon, right? The damn Illuminati video, man. Yeah, yeah, you already know. Yo, that Illuminati video, I guarantee somebody's coming out.
They're gonna get at least one story off. Man.
Yeah.
At least one.
Yo, I ain't hear not one celebrity that died that wasn't a sacrifice or whatever, some kind of Illuminati spin to it.
But you know what's crazy? It's actually more plausible when it comes to the entertainment world. This guy's some YouTuber, 1.4 million. We see a dime a dozen with this many followers. To be honest with you, nowadays you can get up to 1.4.
Mm.
But we're talking about like artists like Young Dolph and like all of these King Bonds and like all of these rappers and stuff that died. What people would say before their time. I mean, they all had some level of conspiracy tied back to them. I'm not sure how true these things are. Obviously, you got to be there or read between the lines. And to be honest, I just haven't put that much thought into that kind of stuff. But this guy, he was a YouTuber. I don't know how real that conspiracy is gonna lay on that story.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, like, was he really that big? Was he? I understand. Yo, he was making bread. He was doing his thing for sure. Definitely popular. Nice little following and all that. But like, how impact? I don't think they just gotta go and knock off like my question is why? Like
some misogynist dude, like some dude that's pro male. Like like I feel like okay, he might have said some stuff that might have rubbed people the wrong way, but nowadays everybody's super sensitive. And then on top of that, these are all opinions. I mean, if he would have wrote a book, it would have still been an opinion. You know what I mean?
So I think he got some books actually. I think he got some books actually.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said, I really wasn't too into Mr. Samuels, but just I see him here and there on thing, and I just decided one day, hey man, let me take a look at a few of his videos. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people just be left in awe the way he talks to them, but I mean, it's for entertainment purposes. I mean, I've seen people do other things on YouTube for entertainment purposes and got just as many followers.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like okay, to me, like if they're gonna come after you, like, cause okay, I'm not sitting here telling you that Illuminati don't exist. I do believe that exists, but I don't think they just knocking off everybody like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, is he really changing the world for the better? Like killing their plans? You know what I'm saying? Like, was he really? What, he wasn't playing ball? He was part of the. Like, that's why I have so many doubts about that. And not for nothing, just the fact that I hear over and over and over everybody, they say that about everybody, and it just
they kind of drying it out already.
Yeah,
I mean, and like you said, it's probably gonna get some feet and it's gonna start running. You know what I mean? Like somebody's gonna say, hey, listen, he was down with the Illuminati and he had to make a sacrifice, or somebody that was close to him was down with them and had to make a sacrifice, etc., etc. Whatever way they put the pieces together in that puzzle. To me, just another guy, that had a following on YouTube, entertained a bunch of people, and, met with his end, based off of a possible homicide or, suspected poisoning. I mean, even at his age, if he was just to catch a straight heart attack, it wouldn't be something like, oh my gosh. I mean, we didn't really catch him in the gym all the time. We don't know his eating habits and stuff like that. I mean, he might have been a slouch. I mean, he might have been somebody that drank a lot. He might have been eating all the wrong foods and, probably had pre-existing health problems. I mean, we don't do resume checks when they're doing YouTube now. Right, you know what I mean? Right. So, I mean, even if somebody did poison him, which we don't know, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say the guy just got a heart attack, man.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You think like, how do you think like the public's gonna like? Do you think it's gonna hit them hard like certain other famous people that have died in the past year or so?
Nah, I mean honestly, I don't really see that happening. I could be wrong, but he doesn't strike me as the type of person that has that mass appeal. People will probably miss his content. And not to say it's gonna affect people, my condolences to families and stuff like that. But
Word, word.
like, I don't really feel like he was such one of those people where they're like, oh my gosh, guess what happened? I mean, just the fact that he has 1.4 million followers plus,
That's
obviously he's gonna catch some wind. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I don't feel like how when Kobe died. You
Right,
understand?
right,
It's not gonna be like, oh my God. It's like I didn't see it on the news yet.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is something more, personal and privatized. The only reason why it grew any legs is because he's on YouTube, has a bunch of followers, and he's on social media. He has a presence.
Mhm.
But I don't really think it's gonna get any more out of pocket or anything like that. Like again, you're gonna have some people that really like his content, gonna probably miss that stuff. You're probably gonna see them running it, throwing a few pictures out there, but I feel they should just leave it up to the family, man. Just let the family figure things out, let them mourn. No need for some, mass panic or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that, I don't. I think it's safe to say there ain't gonna be mass panic. Uh, uh, but yeah, yeah. No, I feel you, man. And I'm gonna miss some of his content, man. Like I wasn't tuning in all the time. Like a super faithful fan or nothing like that. But he was entertaining, and I did like. I would binge a little something too, especially on TikTok, YouTube, and all that.
Yeah, same,
Yeah,
man, same. That's where I actually caught it was TikTok. And you know what? A lot of people, man, give TikTok a little bad rap, right? But there's some stuff on there that's interesting, man. Honestly.
yeah.
So, and I ran across him on that, and then I saw him before that, like on Instagram stuff like that. He's on all platforms mostly, but TikTok I really binge because the videos are a bit shorter and you can kind of
It forces
go
you.
through
It
them.
almost forces you, right? It's like
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like
It's
the
like
next one come
one's
on
good,
right
and then
away.
you just click on the name, and next thing you know, you see a bunch of his videos,
Yeah,
and you just scroll through them, man.
yeah.
I mean, I've done that with a lot of people, but it's funny because, like I said, I literally did this about a week ago, so it was a little bit off timing. Like I did it. Now he's gone. It's just like wow, just that fast. But, like I said, my condolences to the family, man.
But one thing I hate about TikTok though is like, how do you like when you get a video that you don't want to see that kind of content? How do you stop it from coming? It just seems like it just keeps coming.
It's like okay, like on TikTok. I mean, their algorithms are like basically if you looked at something before, they're gonna throw it at you again. You know what I'm
But
saying?
sometimes
It's
it.
up to you if
But
you just kind of like scroll past or they throw similar items to you. You don't necessarily have to watch this one particular person and they pop up again. You might have watched this before, and then things that are similar in content will start to flood your page. Because remember, it's all of that FYP, that for you post. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is once you have a for you post and you post it, it's for you. You know what I mean? So everybody is gonna see it at one point or another.
because I watch like certain stuff, right? And then just out the blue, I'll get something that's like has I have no interest in at all, right?
I
And
just
and
scroll
I
right
just
past it.
me too. But then I won't keep getting that, but I'll get it too. I will get it. You know what I mean? Just not as
I don't think
often
that's
as the
something you
other
can
stuff.
control.
Huh?
Honestly, I think that's just something that if you're dealing with TikTok, you got to deal with that. That comes along. You know what I mean?
But
Like
ain't
it's
ain't
not
that
something that we can kind of X out.
ain't that kind of devilish, man?
I
Because
mean, obviously, but you know what? I mean, if we want to look at how astute and how clean these things are, I mean, we probably wouldn't be looking at social media at all. Social media comes with its own demons, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the controls at your fingertips. I mean, you can scroll 10 times and find a video you want. You can use the search bar. Hey, I want to watch this. Let me just search for these kind of videos. Or you can just go to for you posts, suggestions, whatever, and just kind of just skip through it. And I mean, if you land on something, I would be lying, man. Just keep on going, man. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to get to the point where, you know, you're going to question everything. Because, I mean, if that's the case, just exit out. I mean, the information is not that beneficial anyway, but with social media, it kind of keeps you plugged into the now. Nobody's doing news anymore.
And what's crazy about social media is that it kind of sucks you back in because, like me, right? I used to be on Facebook and all that stuff some years ago, and I got fed up with all of it, and I deleted all my social media. But then it's like, it's like, okay, to do this, you have to have some kind of social media, or somebody reaching out to you about something. You got like somebody I know,
You
they
got to play the game.
yeah, and it's like it sucks you back in. So now I got an Instagram again, but I'm never on it. But I got it, and it was only to just be in contact with somebody, from my past or whatever about something else, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like this stuff, man. Especially when you hear like some of their practices, they be following you like, I seen like the
Algorithms and, like all that kind of stuff. Honestly speaking, I just feel like you're playing a dangerous game either way. You know what I mean? Right? Without social media, obviously your eyes and ears going to be a little safer, right? But you're going to be a little less in the know. I mean, the world, they're posting everything via social media. I mean, whether it's new stock options, whether it's, new technology, news, current events, everything is going through social media and they built it that way. So you can't be without it.
yeah. I mean, look at Kevin Samuels. His
Yeah.
mom's found out through social media. That's
Now imagine
crazy,
that.
man.
Somebody's mother finding out through social media that their child died.
You feel me?
And I'm sure if he's 57, she's got to be at least 20 years older.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like, yo,
Yeah.
and I hear that a lot of people, like a lot of the rappers that died and all that, like, you find, or celebrities or whatever, they finding out through social media first before
What's going
anybody
on?
else, and family, like people that's close. And then they gotta figure out, they like, look, I heard Shaq talk about when Kobe died. He found out through social media, and he was like, he was like, nah, he thought it was fake news, and he was, and
But
until
that happens too.
yeah, that true, and that's the wild thing, man. They blurring, reality with real life, man. Like a lot of, man, the world is changing.
But the scary thing is, all of it's real life because we're alive really, and this stuff is really happening. It's just a matter of deception or clarity. You know what I mean? And I mean, we got to use our logic just to kind of decipher these things. Whether this is real, whether this is not. And then first and foremost, you just gotta really figure out if this stuff is even important to you. Because I don't even want to waste my time trying to decipher something that I can care two crap about.
Right.
You
But
know what I
haven't
mean?
you
So
never
first
found?
it gotta matter. You know what I mean? First it gotta matter, and then I gotta realize if it's real or not.
But you never found yourself like caught up, like trying to get more information about this and that, and then you kind of catch yourself like, why am I even like, I don't even care about this, like.
Yo, they dubbed it the World Wide Web for a reason. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you in it, you caught up. I mean, it happens to everybody. I mean, I don't even know a day where I can stay fully concentrated. I can start off by doing some studies, and next thing you know, I'm on Amazon buying something. You know what I mean? Like, you might just ran across an ad, like, wait a minute, I need that. You know what I'm saying?
You go
knowing
from
that 30 seconds ago you didn't need it, but now it's something dire.
That's true.
It's crazy, man.
That's true. I found myself from reading the Quran to like you said, like on Amazon or something, looking up some boots. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, what the hell?
Man. I tell you, it's the web for a reason, man. What's the web do, man? You know what I'm saying? You get caught up on it. You can't leave out.
entangled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but like the arm twisted, like the.
All of a sudden, the wallet fall out your pocket and all that.
While you tangled in there, the wallet fall down.
Yeah.
Somebody catch
Next,
it.
you know, and they make it so convenient because they can even keep your credit card information for you. Like, hey, we'll just keep these numbers on file. You don't even need your wallet.
Yeah.
Just press a couple of more buttons.
Convenience. They use convenience, man.
Yeah.
They use that against us, man. Like, cause most people gonna go rock with the convenience. Like, yo, I'm tired of putting I gotta put my number every time.
And you squinting trying to figure out the numbers, and you do it once and that's it, man.
That's wild, man.
The downside to these kind of videos is now my battery's running out.
Oh damn. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, man, we touched on it, man. First episode right here, man. Hey, if y'all like what y'all see, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that. It's all in.
Make sure you keep up with us, man. We always gonna go all in. You know what I'm saying?
Every time.
Whatever topics you guys suggest, go ahead and put it in the suggestion box in the comments. Let us look over it, and we'll just kind of figure out what these topics are going forward, man. I know everybody likes different things. We're just gonna try to touch on the things that you guys like the most.
Word. So all right, everybody. Peace.
Peace.